Imagine a creepy cosmic entity giving you a mechanical heart that whispers dark secrets about your future targets. You play as Corvo, branded with a mark that ties you directly to a fate you never asked for. Every prophecy you discover in the hidden shrines completely changes how you view the city's corruption. You feel the heavy burden of a world predicted to rot away, forcing you to choose between fulfilling the dark timeline or shattering it with your blade. But what happens when the heart predicts your own closest ally will stab you in the back? Touching a broken alien artifact flashes a terrifying prophecy of galactic extinction right into your brain. As Commander Shepard, you become the only person alive who knows giant machines are coming to wipe out all life. The game builds an incredible sense of dread because nobody believes your warning. You are literally racing against an ancient countdown that was set millions of years ago, trying to unite a skeptical galaxy against an inevitable doom. Good luck trying to change a fate that has successfully wiped out every advanced civilization before you. You are forced into a legendary order because an ancient legend says only your tainted blood can stop a demonic apocalypse. Being a Grey Warden means your entire life is rewritten by a brutal destiny. The game constantly hits you with witch prophecies about the Blight and the Archdemon. Your companions treat you like a savior or a curse based on how you carry this heavy burden of being the chosen one. Think about how you'll react when you realize the prophecy requires you to make a dark ritual sacrifice. You walk into a gorgeous floating city, only to realize a religious fanatic has predicted your exact arrival down to the second. Everyone instantly targets you as the prophesied false shepherd. The game plays massive mind games with you using destiny and alternate timelines. You feel completely trapped in a loop where every choice you think you are making freely was already written on a billboard by the villain. Imagine finding out the prophecy was written by a version of yourself from another universe. An ancient book written centuries ago predicts the literal end of the world, and you are stuck fighting inside its pages. The Book of Prophecies tracks every single event in reality, including the final battle of light and darkness. It creates an intense atmosphere because the villains actively use these predictions to manipulate your every move. You feel this constant pressure that your hard-fought victories are just playing into a master plan. How do you defeat a villain who already read the final chapter of your story? A terrifying manifestation of fate chases you across time because you dared to alter your predicted death. You changed the timeline in the previous game, and now the cosmic rules send a monster called the Dahaka to erase you. The entire experience is a dark, desperate race against destiny, where you explore an ancient island to rewrite time. You feel the raw panic of a warrior fighting a universal law that refuses to let him live. You can run all you want, but what do you do when fate corners you and a dead end? You start as a nameless nobody, guided by a mystical light to fulfill a grand prophecy of becoming the next god. In the lands between, the guidance of grace acts as your literal roadmap of destiny. But as you dig deeper into the world, you realize the gods are manipulating you. The prophecy is just a tool for control, forcing you to choose between following the scripted path or burning the system down. What if the only way to save the world is to trigger an age of total darkness instead? Two ancient, immortal champions are trapped in a deadly loop where one is destined to execute the other. You control both characters, watching two conflicting prophecies fight for dominance over the timeline. The game handles destiny brilliantly by showing you historical murals of your own upcoming death. It creates an incredible narrative puzzle where you are constantly trying to find a loophole in a script that has been set for eternity. The murals say you die, so how do you survive a blade that never misses its target? An ancient elven prophecy predicts the world will freeze to death and your adopted daughter is the only key to stopping it. Ithlin's prophecy looms over everything you do as Geralt. Terrifying spectral riders chase Ciri because her unique blood is destined to either save the world or collapse it. You feel the deep pressure of a protective father fighting a cosmic destiny just to keep his kids safe from everyone. When the white frost comes, will your love be enough to rewrite her tragic fate? Physical ghosts of fate literally assault you whenever you try to change the original storyline of the game. These entities called Whisperers are the arbiters of destiny, ensuring everything happens exactly like the classic timeline. When you try to alter events or save characters meant to die, these creatures swarm the battlefield to force the script back on track. It makes every boss fight feel like an active war against predetermined fate. If you manage to kill the gods of fate, what kind of chaotic future are you actually unleashing? A massive dragon god returns to consume reality, exactly as predicted on an ancient stone wall thousands of years ago. You play as the Dragonborn, the exact savior foretold in the ultimate Nordic prophecy. When you absorb your first dragon soul, you realize your entire existence was designed for this specific moment. Alduin's Wall does an incredible job of making you feel the massive weight of being the world's last hope. But what if you decide to ignore your destiny and let the World Eater win? You find horror manuscript pages scattered in a dark forest that describe your exact actions before you even make them. The prophecy mechanic here is completely terrifying because whatever is written on those pages immediately becomes reality. You pick up a piece of paper, read that a monster is waiting for you in the next room, and you have no choice but to walk right into it. You feel completely trapped by the script. How do you survive a horror story when the writer has already scripted your gruesome ending? You discover a secret wall painting that clearly shows you dying in your son's arms at the end of the world. The entire game is a masterpiece focused on trying to break a strict Norse prophecy. Kratos and Atreus know exactly what fate has planned for them, making every single alliance and choice a desperate attempt to rewrite the murals. The writing perfectly captures the tension between accepting destiny and a father's stubborn refusal to let his son fail. When the final battle begins and the prophecy starts coming true piece by piece, how will you find the one hidden choice that changes everything?